Today I'm going to talk about doing some daily witch exercises. I burned my thumb on the candle filming that little intro, and I'm hovering and I'm bringing the camera closer, and then I'm like, I gotta stop my thumb, and I'm sitting here starting, and my thumb is aching. You burned it. Burnt my thumb. Blooper. So anyway, I'm going to talk about daily, weekly, monthly exercises that you can do to improve your witchcraft. Funny little story just to intro it. One of those divine synchronicity moments. There was someone in my life who is very religious, very different religion, orthodox in that regard. And then there's me, and I told everyone, don't let that person know what I do because I don't know how they're going to feel. I don't know how they're going to judge me. Very nice person. Eventually, we did have a talk, and it turns out, yeah, they told me. I know. We ended up having a long discussion about our spiritual beliefs, and I was surprised to learn that we actually had more in common than I would have thought. But I remember explaining some of the differences. I said, well, for you, it's a belief you have. For me, it's a skill that I practice and I get good at. And they were like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, witchcraft is a set of skills. It's more than one skill that I practice every day to get better at, to explore the craft more, get more answers out of it, and improve. And I want to work on some things so that I can be able to do other things later, which led me to the idea of doing this video.
I, Starfire the Terrible, vow to wreak havoc on this world.
I can't think straight, my thumb hurts. Here's some exercises I do every day to keep in shape.
Right, here's what I recorded down, like, hey, you should do these every day. And then, here's something, what can you do every week and then every month. And I give some illustration on how to do some of the meditation stuff, but we'll go into detail and talk about each of these. Number 1, a world tree meditation, man, to open up, the chakras. Okay, man, you have like these chakras throughout your body, and you want to learn to activate them. And a great meditation to do that is the world tree.
This is something is gonna come up a lot and a lot if you do any reading. I don't know where you're learning your witchcraft from other than this video, but if you do any reading at all, at some point you're gonna come across the concept of the world tree and the lower realm, the lower self, the middle realm, the middle self, the upper realm. Anyway, especially, I'm getting into shamanism right now. So a lot is discussed about that. I want to show you this picture, one more picture before I explain it. And that's this picture. Okay, so you do some meditation. You're probably good at shutting out your thoughts and just feeling. And if you have no experience with chakras at all so far, don't worry about it. For this, start doing whatever it is you do, whether it's deep breathing, whether you're counting down, start getting into that alpha state meditation, then focus right around your heart and just feel, okay? Imagine there's a glowing ball of energy in there, just with your sense of touch on a very subtle level. Just feel the presence of that energy, okay? Imagine it's a seed, and what you're gonna do is just through intention, just by willing it, working in tandem with your sense of feeling it, grow it, okay? Like a tree, it's a seed. The roots grow down, and then the stalk comes up, and all the branches come up, and you're feeling, it's called the pranic tube, right, that connects all these chakras. Feel that activate. You're gonna feel it all the way down. How do I describe? If you don't know what the root chakra is, you're chode, or you're gonna feel it in a sensitive area down there, but also you're gonna feel it on the top of your scalp up here, and like feel.
So, like, I picture that scientific, you know, in movies, kids touch this ball and then you see electricity on all their fingertips and every time they go to a lab. I picture that, but little sparks of energy. You can feel it, right?
So just grow it, feel it activate certain centers. You'll feel it in your throat, you'll feel it here, you'll feel it on top. And every day I grow that seed and just sit there for a moment and feel it. This is something you don't have to put aside time during the day, because your day will give you the time to do this. Whether you're waiting for a bus or stepping outside on your break, you're stuck in traffic, maybe don't meditate during traffic, or maybe, I don't know, but life is going to give you so many opportunities.
Do it on your bathroom break. Sit on your throne and do the world tree meditation.
Only takes a minute. And the point is, just every day flexing that muscle, making sure things don't get rusty, because it's a good meditation. You use chakras for different things. That's why I do it every day. Which kind of leads into
Number 2.
raising power. Like when you're spellcasting, you're raising energy. It's a raising energy kind of meditation, but you start with breathing. The way I do the breathing for this one is 4 seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, 4 seconds out, hold for 4 seconds, 4 seconds in, and repeat. But I kind of just, instead of count, I'm a priestess of Hecate. I do a little Hecate chant. So like, Io Heka Io Ho. It's 4 seconds. So Io Heka Io Ho, Io Heka Io Ho, Io Heka. Right? And every time I'm breathing in, I'm feeling energy, magic, the force, feeling it in my belly. And when I breathe in, it expands and grows. Now, you're not growing it yourself. Let it grow and feel it. Don't tell yourself, oh, I feel it in my shoulders, unless you actually feel it in your shoulders. Breathe in, the power gets bigger, you're raising energy. When you exhale, picture it like swirling and going for a...
I picture Sonic the Hedgehog doing a little spin, like, zzz, zzz. Or if you've ever seen Naruto, the Rasengan, how it's just spinning there.
Breathe in again, feel it grow again. Exhale, feel it spin again. Breathe in again. And I basically just let it, it's an exercise that you can use for spell casting, because you're raising energy and you raise it to the point where you're full. You're going to burst. Okay? And at that point, you can ground, you can send it through the earth, or you can practice casting or sending it off. You can do like a cone of power kind of thing to get rid of it. Or maybe you're just doing like a mini spell, which, and when I say a mini spell, maybe just like sort of like a daily wish or something.
I'm gonna have a good day today.
Whatever, just send that energy off. It's a raising power meditation. Let me show you the illustration of it. So there's the world tree meditation. Like I said, start at the heart, let it grow, feel energy coming in up here and leaving up here. Like you're all connected, right? Here's the raising power one. So you breathe in, hold, breathe, right? And just your body is growing and growing and growing in that power. The next one, it's the energy bubble. Not a mandatory skill for witchcraft, but a skill that I can't help but notice other witches kind of stumble upon. Like, oh, I actually do this. Like, I've heard the term in a number of books now of an orb. And even before I heard that term, I was kind of doing it not knowing what I was doing. Even years and years and years ago, the same similar feeling. I used to do like martial arts out in the woods, and it kind of felt like something else was moving my hands for me. It's the same feeling. It feels like magnets, like when you're playing with magnets and you bring them close and you're like, oh.
But I don't even know what I use this skill for. I just think it's a neat skill to do. Other than casting a circle, creating a sacred space, I don't use these energy bubbles or energy orbs for many things. I have an interest in growing that skill, like Reiki. I've experimented with, like, if you're going to imbue something with an intent, you can use your little energy orbs. You can think of, if you do any sort of color meditations where you think of different colors and then react to how it feels, right? Try creating a little orb and thinking of a different color to get different results. However you want to use energy orbs, the point is, it's a daily practice for me. And it's hard to describe how to do it. You start meditating, and it's the same thing. You just feel. I feel it, right? And just move your hands around, like move them back and forth and see what you can feel. Develop the sensitivity to feel subtle energy, right? That's going to be the root of a lot of skills, like, hope I'm saying this right, psychometry, right? These people that can touch something and then go, oh, this belonged to a 17th century soldier, or whatever. But just, it's a good skill. Like, I was practicing it a lot, and then I'm sure it works hand in hand with how I use a spirit board. You may have noticed most witches don't use a spirit board, but I do. And the method is not with that little, I don't even know what they're called. I kind of do it myself with practicing energy work and just practicing, like just feeling little orbs and playing with them. Think of it like clay, energy clay. Just play with the clay a little bit every day. It feels like you're blowing up a balloon when you're pulling it apart. Right? Cast your circle that way, whatever you want to do. It's one of the skills I practice. It's a daily exercise.
Spooky, spooky.
Divination. Sometimes, okay, a tarot reading every day. Sometimes you don't have that many questions every day, but just a simple, what's my card of the day? Because you might get a warning. Most days are going to be fine, but some days you get that tower card or something and you're like, uh-oh, and then it's one of those days. Someone stole your identity. But at least you were prepared for it. Couldn't prevent it, but as long as you're doing some sort of divination every day, crystal ball, throwing bones, whatever it is, whatever divination you do, as long as you're keeping up the practice. Another thing, and I forget to do it every day, is offerings. The god, the goddess, if you're just new to things, and that's the level you're at, daily offerings. Whether you fully go out and you do the research and find out what food they like and put a plate of food out, that's a bit extreme to do that every day. But then again, throughout history, temples and altars have those offerings, like a conveyor belt, offerings all the time. Sometimes it's just a simple thank you. It's like calling your mother. Calling your mother. Even if it's just to say hi. If you're going to speak with the divine, speak from the heart, though. Don't let it just be a chore. But you can write on a little note, you could say something from the heart. Burn it, offer that way. You can say it out loud. I have a little chocolate here. Don't know if they like chocolate, but the gesture, right? Is it an offering for me, an offering to Hecate, spirit guides, and I'm starting to use the word ancestors more and more because I'm starting to learn more about the lower realms and the lower world and visiting ancestors. So I'm making offerings. Offerings are important, especially when it comes to protection. If you do a deep dive into full-blown exorcisms or banishments and all that kind of thing. It's not necessarily about going to the right deity, because at the end of the day, it's like going to the right stranger or going to someone that you have a relationship with. So whatever work you need, if you're doing deity work, you don't necessarily have to treat them all like a vending machine of services you need. You can have one deity that you build a relationship with, and building that relationship, you can go to them for all your problems. And I don't know, I'm getting off topic here, but having some sort of daily offering is really, really important. Which I forget to do a lot, because life, this middle world, middle realm, it's a big distraction. La 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 la. But what about spells, right? What about invoking, evoking? What about all the other things you do? For me, spellcraft is like a weekly kind of thing, and it's a lot of pre-planning. What do I want? Do I really want this? How's it gonna backfire? Do I need to do shadow work? How confident am I? You know, the longer you can take, and then you can start planning when you want to cast the spell. How do you want your moon? What planetary hour? All those. What materia? What correspondences are you going to use? So I think about it on a weekly basis. I don't necessarily cast a spell every week, but that can include things like journaling. For some people, journaling might be their daily exercise. For me, it was daily because every new day when I was learning the craft, something would blow my mind and I had to write it down. I talked to another spirit today. I got to write this down, right? I cast a spell. It worked. I got to write this down. You do it for a while. You don't need to write everything down. So me, journaling has become about a monthly thing because I don't know. I haven't been struck with the inspiration to write something new down. I talked to a spirit, it blew my mind, and then I've talked to a dozen since then.
So,
monthly ritual. Do some sort of ritual. Go all out. If you're the wheel of the year type of person and you're big into the traditional faith of Wicca, okay, your Sabbaths, right? Do a big celebration. Dress how you want to dress, whether that's sky-clad out in the woods with a coven and flowers in your hair and a big bonfire, or whether you're the more like me, the robe or the hat, or every now and then I'll throw this on for something special, that once a month kind of thing. For me, sometimes it's evoking and having a conversation with Hecate. Sometimes it's more, can I talk to some spirits and help them cross over, which around here they don't want to talk. They don't trust me around here. So I have to think of what else to do with my time. And of course, your spell casting. Right? For me, a lot of what I do is on a full moon. So that full moon, I'm going to cast a circle, I'm going to light some candles, I'm going to have a ritual. You do it every day, you're going to burn yourself out. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Hello, little Catherine. Hello, big Catherine. I should actually inquire the spirit guides, like, what do I do with this now? Well, I'm done, but I don't want to stop talking. For me, it's March break and everybody left and I'm sitting here. Those are my daily exercises. Whatever exercises work for you, the point is, it's a skill. If you don't use it, you lose it. You can get rusty. There's been many times where I've had crazy paranormal stuff happen and then I play a video game for a month And then I come back and I try and do it and I can't. And gee, I wonder why. Because I've been sitting there playing a video game for a month getting out of shape. It's the same thing. So, yeah.